guys, it's Kat and I am back today for my empties. This is my empties of, what month is it? October-ish. There's a few things here. I did use up quite a few products in my project pan. So I'll talk about those things first, shall I? So we've got a foundation. This is the Revlon Colorstay Stay Natural Foundation. Oh, and I should say as well, if you don't know what empties are, I'm going through the products that I've used up in the last month or 6 weeks or whatever, and then I let you know if I would repurchase them or not and what I think about the product after I've used it up entirely. It's sort of different to normal reviews because often when you do a review of a product, you might have been using it for a few weeks, whereas this is I've actually used it up and I can tell you what sort of problems I've had with it or if it's a good product and I would repurchase it. So this is the Revlon Colorstay. This is the Stay Natural makeup. Now I am a huge fan of the Revlon Colorstay oily combination one, like the original kind of formula, and I've repurchased that one like 7 or 8 times. This one I didn't mind. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more dewy, so it's like it's a more natural looking one. It doesn't last as long. It's not as set. And it's not as high coverage, but it's like a nice sort of like every day you're going to the shops, you're going to work, you're not really worrying about your makeup, but it does stay lasting pretty well. So I would consider buying this again, but I much prefer the other Revlon Colorstay. So I think this one, it's not on my like must buy list because the other one trumps it every time. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this one anytime soon, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. All right, then I used up a product that I've been using for the last year. Yep. I've been trying to use it up since January in my project pan, and I'd used it up like prior to that as well. This is my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. It is gone. Can you believe it, guys? It is gone. Oh my God, it's gone. So I quite like pomades to fill in your brows. I need to fill in a lot of areas of my brows because it's very, very sparse and I need to shape them. So something like a tinted gel just doesn't do it for me. I either need to go in with a pencil or a pomade, and I find pomades are generally more cost effective because you get a lot more product than you do in pencils. Pencils I go through really quickly, whereas these pomades literally last you a year of everyday use, which is crazy. They're also more pigmented, they're more waterproof, budge proof than something like a powder as well. So I also like powders, but they just kind of, they don't last as long as these. Now, I've tried a few pomades, my favorite one being the Benefit one. This one I didn't love as much. I found that at the start it was very, very pigmented and almost like paint. And it was kind of hard to control. Now this did get a lot better as it was drying out because it didn't deposit as much product and you didn't look like you've got those block brows. But I didn't mind it towards the end, but I still prefer other products over it. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this anytime soon. All right, then I used up a fragrance in my project pan. This is my Ralph Lauren, I think it's Pollo number 2 or something. This is a really nice fragrance. I'd definitely repurchase this. It's this beautiful kind of fresh, sweet. It's not very sophisticated, like it's very sweet, but it's really fresh and nice. And whenever I smelt it on other people, I was like, I know what you're wearing and you smell really good. So this is actually the second bottle I've had of this. I definitely would repurchase it if I saw it cheap or on sale. I would like snap it up in a second. But at the moment I'm trying to cull my perfume collection. I noticed that probably about 3 or 4 years ago I went kind of perfume crazy, and now I'm like, shit, I've got to start using them up before they start going off. So yeah, I won't repurchase this soon, but it's definitely one that if I saw in like Christmas sales or Boxing Day sales, I would nab it up like that. All right, then I used up a Mary Kay Quad. I rarely use up eyeshadows, but once again, this was in my project pan. Why is this getting so dark? Sorry, I've just had to brighten it because it's getting dark now. I used up a Mary Kay Quad. This is an eyeshadow quad. It was in the shade Sandstorm. Oh, of course I dropped it. It had 4 shades and I really liked this when I first got it. There was a really nice shade just in this corner here that was a beautiful kind of like mid-tone taupe. And I really enjoyed using it, but then I used that up really, really quickly and I found this really annoying to use. So they're reasonably decent products. I think they're pretty pricey for what they are. But yeah, I'm just proud of myself for using this up. That was more of a challenge than, you know, I didn't use it up because I love it. I used it up because I wanted to set myself a challenge. All right, I'm gonna consider this one done even though it's not completely done yet, but it will be done very soon. This is the NARS Laguna bronzer. I've had this for years and years and years, and you can see that it's only got little corners left. I'm using it today. I've been using it a lot recently. I did put this in my project pan, and you can see that it's, yeah, pretty much done. I do really like this bronzer. I think it is a nice starting bronzer, if that makes sense. It's not too pigmented. It's not too bold. It's got a slight sheen to it, which sounds funny, but even though it's got a slight gold sheen to it, it's very, very subtle. It doesn't really look much on the skin, and if anything, it just kind of makes your face look less powdery than a really matte, chalky contour bronzer. I can easily contour and bronze with this. It's a good color for me. I've had it for years and years and years. It's not cheap though, but you can use it for a long, long time. So I do like this. I do recommend this to people, but for me, I prefer other things. I think, yeah, I enjoy it. I like the look of it. I would definitely repurchase it in the future, but I prefer for contouring Hoola bronzer, and for like all over bronzing, something that's a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer that I can just kind of easily put on. So yeah, I like it, but I wouldn't repurchase it just yet. Maybe in the future. All right, now onto the box. This is the box of stuff that I've had. Those were my project pan things. This is my box of stuff. I used up a Mira cleansing oil. I only used this up the other day. This is the High Performance Balancing Cleansing Oil. It was one of the ones that had the yellow oil. So these come in all different colors, and they're supposed to be for different skin types. All I could really tell was that some are a heavier formula and some are like a thinner, lighter formula. This was one of the heavier formulas, and out of the ones I've used, this is my least favorite. I've used the green one twice. I've used another yellow one, like the original yellow one, once, and I've used the pink one once, and I've liked them all a lot better than this. This just left a little bit more oil kind of on my face. I really did feel like I had to double cleanse, whereas the other ones I felt like I could just wash it off and I didn't have to double cleanse. It removed all the oil. So this is more for like people with drier skin, I guess, but they work really, really well as a makeup remover. Essentially what I do is I use 1 or 2 pumps on my dry hands, and then I work it into my dry face, just melt the makeup, and then I jump in the shower and cleanse it off. So yeah, I've been using this for I think 5 or 6 years. I think this is my, I'm gonna say 5th or 6th bottle that I've used in a row. They last me about, I think about 11 months of daily use, and I've got a big green bottle as a replacement and 2 smaller bottles as a replacement as well. So yeah, clearly I've repurchased. Not this one, but the green one. All right, this looks really funky. I'll tell you why in a second, but this is the Hand Chemistry Intense Youth Complex Hand Cream. This is the largest bottle that it used to come in. I think they've changed the packaging since, but this is a brand from Decium. It's a really, really good hand cream. This got really gross looking, and also you could see it on the side. It's really feral, but essentially I had this on my bedside table, and my cat has a habit of, when he wants me to wake up, he knocks everything off my bedside table. So many times he would knock this off, it would like bounce, it would squirt on itself, on my mirror, on my wall, and I had to clean that up often. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this thing. I'd probably go just in the tube, the squeezy tube, but I really like this hand cream. It's one that I've used many times before. I do have a squeezy tube of it already, so I have repurchased it. I enjoy it. All right, another skincare product that I used up only this week was the Dermalogica SuperFollium. So this is the daily SuperFollium. If you've used the daily microfoliant, it is like a white powder, and you put a little bit of water in it and you use it as like a slight physical exfoliant, but mainly a chemical exfoliant. This is like the newer version of it, which, so it's a SuperFollium. It has charcoal in it, so it works at like detoxifying the skin. Yeah, I think just the main difference was the charcoal, which helps like reduce pollution. So this is an anti-pollution resurfacing like powder exfoliant. I really did enjoy it. I think it was really nice to use, and also it had really nice effects. Like it made my skin really smooth. I enjoyed it, so I would definitely repurchase that as well. All right, then I used up the Sleepy Lush body lotion. This had like a lavender scent to it, and I'm not normally a lavender person, but this one was like a nice soft sort of sweet lavender. It sort of smelled like lavender candy or something, and it's supposed to help you fall asleep. Now, I didn't really notice that, but it was really nice on your like feet and your legs. I find that when I go to bed, I often need to put moisturizer on my feet, otherwise I feel too like hot and like bothered. So I had this next to my bed as well. I enjoyed it. I would repurchase it. I used up these Curash fragrance-free baby wipes. I just use this to remove makeup like on my hands like this. I kind of wish I had one at the moment. I bought this in a pack of 3. I think I've used up 2 and I've got one on my desk at the moment. So it was, yeah, decent deal just from the supermarket. I would repurchase that. Another Lush thing, this is the It's Raining Men shower gel. This was actually really nice. I thought it was a bit shit, and then I shook it up a lot. I realized there was like sediment down the bottom, and when it mixed together it was like a nice honey consistency. It had a really nice sweet, yeah, honey scent. I like it. I would repurchase it. I don't know if they still do this, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think in my last empties I used hair toners from Schwarzkopf Live, but I used like a lighter brown color. I used up chocolate brown one this time around. I much preferred this. I used this, I think, at the end of September, and I really liked the color it gave, so I'd definitely repurchase these. I need 2 for my hair, which is annoying, but they're super cheap and they're good. Used up a Daiso Puff and Sponge Cleaner. This is the original formula that I think they have reformulated. I would definitely, I bought a box of 20, so I've got heaps of these. And I really enjoy them. Ooh, speaking of enjoyment, this is the Soap and Glory breakfast scrub. It was really nice. Oh my God. So it smells like maple syrup, I think. Yeah, so it's got a maple syrup scent, and it's got oats, shea butter, sugar scrub thing. It was a really thick sugar scrub. It just felt really nice. I miss it. I want it. I would repurchase it. Yeah, if you like sweet things and a good like rough kind of body scrub, this one's great. All right, I used up some like face products. So let's go with the Bioderma. This is the Hydra Bio exfoliating cream. I didn't love this. I love this range. I've actually got another thing in this range as well. Let's talk about this. This is the serum. This is the Hydra Bio serum. I love this. I've got a backup, I think. It's like a gel serum. It's really, really gorgeous. It's nice and light. Yeah, I've got none left in it. Damn it, come out. It's got a nice fresh scent. If you've got dehydrated skin, it's really good because the gel adds hydration, not oil. I really enjoyed this. Didn't so much enjoy this. It is it's like a cream cleanser with just like some scrubby particles in it, and I really like a really tough exfoliant. And this just didn't do it for me. So I like this range. I like the moisturizer, I like the serum, but I don't like the scrub. I did use this scrub as well. This is the Biore baking soda acne scrub. Now, I started using this when I was having skin issues. So I had it in my shower when I had skin issues, and I didn't want to try it because I was worried that it was going to inflame my skin problems that I was having. So what I did was I used this as a body scrub, and I really liked it. So it's got this sort of like orangey color to it. It's got little orangey beads in it. It's like a nice amount of scrub, and it also does a decent job, but I don't know what it's like on the face. But I was sent this randomly in the mail, and I thought, I'm out of a body scrub because I used up that Soap and Glory one, and this one worked quite nicely. But I was skeptical of using it on my face because at the time I didn't want anything harsh. Then I used up the Pixi Peel and Polish. This is an interesting product. So it says that it's a radiance revealing enzyme peel. So essentially what you do is you put on a thin layer and you leave it up to 2 minutes, and then you kind of just wash it off, and it's got like a slight exfoliating particles in it that helps remove it. Now I love that in masks. I love masks that have exfoliating particles because not only does it make your skin feel really great, but then it makes it easy to take off the mask. I didn't mind this. I didn't use it, like it says use it 2 to 3 times a week or as needed. What I did, because I got lazy, was I actually put this in my shower and I would put it on when I jump into the shower and then just leave it for a few minutes and then wash it off. So I wasn't crazy obsessed with this, but I also wasn't really using it as the directions say. So I do have another one. I'm going to try it again. It's got a cucumber scent, which I like, but it's also got a weird cucumber taste, which you can taste. When it's around your mouth, you can taste it, which is strange. All right, I used up a serum just this morning. This is by Kasnia. This is the 8th Natural Wonder Revitalizing Face Serum. It looks like this. If I can get some product out, it just kind of looks like, no, I used it up good. So it has like a slight kind of botanical rose scent to it, and it was like a really thin, I don't know, like a thin lotion. I don't know. I'm really bad at explaining things. But this is supposed to protect against free radicals to help fight visible signs of aging. I liked using it. It wasn't greasy. It was nice and light and hydrating. It's what I kind of look for in serums because I have oily skin. And yeah, I'd give this a go again. I really liked it. I actually used their rosehip oil. Where did I put that bottle? Don't worry, I found it. So I also used up during the week just a rosehip oil from Kasnia. It's my favorite brand of rosehip oil. I've been using it for years. It's a really kind of very yellowy rosehip oil. See, there's a little bit left. So it looks like that. And what's really good about it is if you use it at night, I find that if you've got oily skin, it sort of tricks your skin into thinking that it's producing enough oil, and it actually sort of reduces the oil that you produce. So when I was having problems with breakouts and really like a lot of oily skin issues, I started using this like 6-7 years ago, and it's really good. So I used that up as well. Last 2 things really quickly. I used up a powder. This is a Rimmel Stay Matte Transparent Powder. I've repurchased that. I've also used up the Orly. This doesn't look used up at the front, but it's just been lying on the side. The Nailtrition Nail Growth Treatment. Now I just use this as sort of like a base coat. You can use it either as a base coat if you put like 2 layers on, or it's one of those products that you can apply. I think you apply like 1 coat a day for like 4 days. And then you remove it and you do that, and it's supposed to like strengthen your nails. I don't know. What I did like about it was that it was just like a nice base coat that didn't damage my nails. So I wouldn't necessarily repurchase that, but it wasn't too bad. All right, so those are the products that I've used up in the last, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks. I think I've done a good job. I tend to use up a lot of products. I'm the kind of person that when it comes to skincare and hair care, I'm quite like narrow-minded. I don't like to have multiple things of the same thing open. I like to use one night moisturizer, one day moisturizer until it's done, which is why I go through quite a lot of product. But that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you did want to check my Project Pan update, like the things I was talking about, how I'm going with that, I'll have it on the screen, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.